Welcome, beauty treasure hunters. Today I have some makeup treasures from the drugstore. A lot of them are fairly new. So if you want to see how I got this look and which of these products worked well for my mature 54, almost 55-year-old skin, then keep watching. Okay, before we get started today, I'm going to work on my uneven hoodedness by using some double eyelid tapes, and I have used these before, but these are a lot better because they are totally clear. They look like this. There are several different sizes. There is like an little thing you peel back to keep them nice and soft. And I'm going to do just this side only. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see what I'm talking about here. And it's slight, but it's because this muscle over here is not as strong. I can do like this, but I can't lift this side. So with time, this one's just gotten more relaxed. So I'm going to use an eyelid tape over here. Right now, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like the other side is just as bad. But we're going to try it and see. I wore them yesterday, and I wore one on each side. So the kit comes with little plastic tweezers to peel it off with so that you don't accidentally wad it up. And it comes with this, and I like to just kind of push back to see. That's what I want it to look like, so I know that's about where it needs to go. All right, and the whole idea is to not be able to see it. Gonna see if you can see it. It's pretty clear. It's right around in here. And then I'm supposed to be able to put makeup right on top of it. Yesterday, by the time I got them, I'd already done my makeup, so I put it on top and messed up a few times, and it works better on clean, dry eyelids. So we'll see how this goes. See if I have a little bit more lid space over there now. So today we're using all drugstore, and a lot of the things will be a little bit newer. So let's see, we're going to start off with some concealer, and this is the new one by Tier, and I got it in shade 4.5. So I'm going to use, there's actually, you can think of it as getting two in one. There's a liquid, but there's also a stick, which I used yesterday to cover up some blemishes. But I'm going to use it today to kind of prime my eyelids, cover up those veins. My nails are short because I play violin. I've been playing for, gosh, it'll be 5 years in October. I've made it to the third Suzuki book. I had a teacher for a couple of years. I taught myself everything I could for the first couple of years. Then I found a teacher. But then I've taken some time off for that too. And the reason I tell you all that is because the violin that I've been playing recently is one that my little brother restored for me. And it gives me great comfort to sit and play that because he passed away last week unexpectedly, so that's kind of hard. And he had an aortic aneurysm. I don't know if it was an aneurysm, but his aorta burst. or ruptured is the proper term, and I have an aortic aneurysm that I have to have measured. I have the wrong kind of valve there, and I'm hoping that the autopsy report will show if he had the bicuspid valve as well, because that usually creates the aneurysm, which is the ballooning of the aorta right as it comes out. The ascending thoracic aorta causes that. So anyway, I don't have pretty nails because, and I used to keep them on for years, but now that I play violin, they get in the way. So they're pretty bad. So please excuse them. All right, so got that done. The next thing I'm going to go in with, let's see. I want to set that, and I have a new Morphe palette. This is the 6-pan Rich Glitch, and I'm just in love with it. I think if you said, Michelle, you can only have one eyeshadow palette for the rest of your life, this would be it. These are sparkles, 3 mattes, 1 shimmer. It's almost like exactly what I love, what I use. So I'm going to use the lightest shade to set down the concealer. Now I'm going to go in with the next darkest matte. That's going to be my crease shade. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go to the darkest matte shade just to darken up the outer corners. And pull it over just a little bit. And I forget that my little sticker is there. And I know it's messy over here, but I have tried doing the tapes, and that does leave a nice sharp edge, but it's kind of uncomfortable while you're doing it. So I just like to clean it up at the end. Then I'm ready to move on to the dark shimmer. I'm going to use that underneath and on the top of the lash line also. And I like to use a pencil brush for that. I'm going to go on top of my little sticker to see if I can totally hide it. I like to get right in the corner and shut my eyes and then kind of do the top and the bottom at the same time. Now I'm going to use just a clean brush to do some blending. And now I'm going to go in with that darker sparkle. And I like to get more of a scattered sparkle, so I like to just kind of pat over the lid lightly. Sparkles hide wrinkles. Okay, now I'm going to clean that up because it is going to look, I kind of look like Alice Cooper until I get it cleaned up. And to clean up today, I'm going to use something from Ulta. It is their under eye, kind of looks like a concealer, but it's not. It's more of like a lotion. I'm also going to dab that on my Q-tip, kind of like I would with my Vaseline or my glycerin solid. And that makes a nice sharp lift. Like the difference. I also like how getting that wet on the edges kind of makes it like a darker, sharper edge. Okay, something else I want to share with you that I did today is I'm struggling with allergy puffiness, and I also have rosacea. So my dermatologist told me about this medicine you can get compounded for rosacea now that includes, and this is what he said, the same ingredient that's in Afrin nasal spray. And he kind of shouldn't have told me that, because I just went to the Dollar Tree and found the nasal spray that compares to Afrin, and it's got the same active ingredient in it. It is 0.05%. Now, I don't use it in my eyes, I use it just under, okay? There's also a product called Upneek that can be used. It's eye drops, prescription eye drops, and it's double the strength, so it's 0.1%. And it's supposed to like loosen a muscle that causes your eyelid to pull down, and it relaxes it so it'll go up. But I was significantly puffier than this before I just dabbed it on both sides, and with my rosacea as well. So I think my little broken capillaries look better. All right, now I'm gonna go on and do my brows. And this is a new brow kit that I got by Kimchi. And it's got 2 colors of powder, and the wax is very grippy, and I really like it. So I'm just going to take an angled brush. Try to look at my monitor to do this instead of my mirror. It does a good job of adhering to my grays in there. And now, before I dip into the wax, I do clean off my brush. And it's nice and grippy. So that tells me that it's gonna hold them down really well. So you can think of it as like getting 2 products in one. I think it's $15 like on the websites that I have found. I think they have it on Amazon as well. I got mine though at Marshall's for $4. That's just how I roll, y'all. Now I'm gonna go back in with my concealer. Again, this is shade 4.5. I wanted to go a little bit darker. Kind of let my dots meet in the middle there. Then I like to use the warmth of my finger to kind of pat it down. Okay, I got a new powder yesterday at Five Below, and it is the LA Girl H2O Lock Hydrating Setting Powder. I've seen some people really don't like the hydrating setting powders, but for under eyes, I've been liking them pretty well. This is a new one for me. I've never tried this, so. And it's kind of like the Revolution one. Like, that felt just like water going on my skin. It's the craziest thing, you all. I'm ready for my mascara on the bottom. I do that because my lashes are totally blonde. And I'm gonna do the Colossal Bubble. This is not waterproof. I think they make one, but this is not it. Or maybe they don't, I don't know. And I have learned that whatever works for your bottom lashes may not work for your top. and vice versa. It's a wee bit clumpy today. I've heard some gals say that's the issue, that too much comes off, or comes when you pull your wand out. There's too much product on there. Kind of what I'm running into today. I got some lumps. So I can see them, and they look good from like this distance, but when I look up close, they're kind of spidery. I'm gonna do a couple of different sunscreens, and really I should have already done this, but I'm gonna try well, I've already used this and I know I like it, the Hawaiian Tropic Sheer Touch Serum. SPF 50, leaves skin radiant, and it has hyaluronic acid. This is what it looks like. And some people are gonna say, oh, but you didn't use enough. Yeah, but I'm not done yet. This is just, it's not tinted, so it gives just a glow. But next, I'm gonna go in with a tinted. So it looks like today we're gonna get a double layer. This has a lovely light scent. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit. Okay, I've let that first layer sink in, and now I'm gonna go in with something tinted. I'm gonna use the NYX Glaze, and this one is a little bit darker than my skin color, so it's gonna kind of act as a bronzer also. This one is number 4, Almond Butter. There's the color. I'm gonna be very gentle around where I've already done my concealer. So now I'm quite glazed. I have 2 layers of sunscreen on. And now I think I will do my lip liner. This is a new one by e.l.f. It's actually the Smoky Coal eyeliner, but it is in shade Beige Flag. And we're gonna use that on the outer part of her lip. I'm not gonna go underneath because I want that to appear more shadowed. I'll kind of let that set. And I'm gonna go in with the Superstay Lumi Matte. Everybody's been really hyping this up, and it took me 5 tries to get the right shade. I'll insert some swatches right here so you can see all the different shades. I think I have 112, 120, 125, 129, and 220. But the magic one was 129. And this is the 5th one. Oh my goodness. I am a makeup artist though, so I hope to get to use those. Here's what it looks like. My magic shade always has just a little pink tint to it. A pink and a neutral. So it's like a grayish pink. So I'm going to use a brush. I like to start in the center and kind of work my way out, because I need most of my coverage in the T-zone. Got some hyperpigmentation over here. I like to hide when I can. I'm gonna go up into the hairline just a little bit. If you're blonde or silver, you got to be careful doing that. But it looks funny if you don't. I do not like to have a definite line of demarcation. All right, now I'm gonna go in also with my fingers and make sure it's smoothed over pores. All right, I have a couple little places I want to hide. Little blemishes. Yes, at 54. Still having to deal with that. All right, now for my contour, I'm going to use the new Catrice Soft Glam Filter Stick in shade 98 Deep. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of a cool color. And the shape of brush I like to use to blend that looks like this. And then the other side is nice and flat. Alright, continuing on with the creams here. I have learned from buying things at Marshall's and TJ Maxx that I really love the brand Rude. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, like a K-beauty brand, because it has a lot of manga themed cosmetics. And I'm going to use, these came in a 2-pack. These are these little pudding type blushes. And so I've got one that's kind of peachy, a little bit too peachy for me. And I'm going to take another one that is a little bit more berry, and I'm going to mix the two. That has been my shade this summer. It's something in between, and not everybody has that perfect in between shade. So here's what I'm going to do. This is my just right. I've been in the sunshade. And I like to use a dense brush for my cream and liquid blushes. Okay, and I'm going to start setting these things down. And I'm going to start with some bronzer. And this one is by e.l.f. It is the Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sun Kissed. And it's that shade for me that's light and cool, and it can almost serve to set your makeup also. In other words, it's okay to I just love to be able to just go wild with it. Okay, now I could have used also bronzer from this Dream Team Physicians Formula palette, because I like both of those bronzers as well. But I'm going to take the blush from here, and the shade I really like down here is called Pink Sands, but I may use a little bit of both. So this is just to set my cream blush. Yep, I think I have blush blindness. Love it. Okay, now I am going to use this kind of golden highlight. I like to use a flat brush for highlight. Okay, now let's work on the lips. I found a new lip liner I'd not tried by L'Oreal, the Color Riche Matte, and this is in the shade Mastermind. I have to work on building up this side. I have tested this out. It does a good job of lasting. And I'm going to use the new CoverGirl Blur, Yummy Blur. I think it is a nice everyday color, but you know I like to sparkle. So let's add some Morphe Drip Glass. This one, Stargaze. Look, black sticker, white writing. Fantastic contrast. Thank you, Morphe. And I like this almost as well as the e.l.f. lip oil in Crystal Baller. This is a nice sparkling one. Now to set everything, let's see, I think I'm gonna do a hydrating spray. This one is called Live Glam Mist Independent. I almost think it's a dupe for a Tarte one, because the bottles look exactly alike, but I really like this. It smells nice and it just hydrates. Sometimes I like to melt everything and then do the final set. So this is a new one by Morphe. It is Cloud Light and Dawn. It's the one that kind of has the pinky swirl in with the beigey color. I like to use a brush that's really soft. This is a Flower Beauty one. And if I need to, I'll use a puff to go in and set where my pores are. So I think I will do that. Pressing pretty hard. Can I just do swipe? Okay, and you know, I love my Pantene as my setting spray, number 3, flexible hold. I'm gonna take out my earrings. Always have to polish them afterwards. And I'm gonna hold back my hair. That is so pleasant. Like compared to the One Size and the L'Oreal, man, those just, it's such an unpleasant experience, but this is so nice. And I do think it works nicely. Okay, I looked at myself and I said, what have I forgotten? There's something I have forgotten. And I wanted to use this LA Colors gel eyeliner in the shade Mermaid Tail Shimmer. And what I'm gonna do, I picked this one because it's a blue and it's kind of close to my eye color. And so what I'm gonna do is right underneath where my iris is, I'm gonna do my lash line just right there. And this one doesn't stay well in the waterline, but it does in the lash line. And that gives it just makes your eyes look just a little bigger. Can you see them? And like looking quickly, you're like, okay, what is it about her eye makeup? So you can try that too. It works really well if you do a contrasting other shade, you know, underneath. Okay, so this is my final look for the day. I like everything. The only thing I think I would not recommend is the Colossal Bubble. And that's, you know, going by my lower lashes. I might like it on my upper lashes. And when I take my sectionals off every 5 days or so, I do test out mascaras on my upper lashes, and I've not done that yet. So I'll be mentioning that in the future. But everything else, yeah, I would definitely recommend. Thanks for watching today. Wherever you are, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope that watching this was enjoyable and helped to take your mind off the worries of the world for a little while. If you found me, you're one of the first ones, so please like and subscribe. And I hope you'll see me next time.